And I got home, and guess what I did when I got home? I cried.
Birds, five birds, birds, five birds, birds, five birds, five birds in a mic.
Hey, just a quick warning, halfway through this episode, about 19 minutes in, the video goes black, and that's because my computer is an arsehole. Please enjoy this otherwise absolute banger of an episode.
Okay, hello and welcome to episode 52 of Five Birds and a Mic. God, that makes me feel old, doesn't it, 52? When actually, someone messaged us the other day very quickly and said, I'm watching Five Birds and a Mic, and it's the lockdown version. And I actually asked her which one. That's how bad this situation has got. How is everybody? So we're all present and correct. I don't know if actually that's probably the wrong word to say, isn't it? Because I'm not correct. I'm not. There's no way on earth I am. There's nothing aligned in myself, my body, my mind. I am currently sponsored by Batiste hairspray and caffeine. That is my life right now. Caffeine. How is everybody?
Yeah.
Emma's in the best mood ever, I would say.
Finally. I wasn't yesterday. Well, last night, but now I've done my COVID test, my private COVID test, because I am going to Italy.
She going,
and that isn't because she's going on a holiday. Her husband obviously is there. If anyone,
and my husband works there. So I have a very legitimate reason to be travelling in the middle of all this shite. And I'm also now currently stuck with 2 kids in another lockdown, expected to homeschool a child with ADHD. So, if anyone wants to drop me a message if they have an issue, I'll kindly explain. It might be a voice note that you get back. Why I'm choosing to go.
I don't think anyone can begrudge you, my darling.
No.
And no one can.
No, everyone I've spoke to, I've seen Oscar's teacher, spoke to her, seen Bella's teacher, spoke to her, and everyone is very much like, no, you're making the right decision. So, yeah. So, yep.
You're doing what anyone else would have done.
I'm just currently trying to pack, and then, because obviously we don't know how long we'll be there for, so it's like a bit of I'm kind of treating it a little bit like I need to leave things like I'm moving house. Like the fridge needs to be emptied. My OCD is like in overdrive. But then these little things, like I keep turning a corner and there's something else, like the pram needs. I've got to take the big pram, which is what I use in the woods. Which, as you can imagine, it goes in the woods and it comes home and goes in the garage. It's not been in public, in like a decent public environment, for about 2 years. So the mud on that.
There's nothing worse.
So I've had to take all that to pieces, like give that a scrub. Or just loads of like little shitty jobs that normally, like if Rob was here, it'd be fine. He'd have the kids and I'd crack on. But I have to keep like waiting till I can distract at least one of them. And then quickly go and do it. And then I kind of half finish it. And then I'm like, right, I'll go back to that another time.
You are currently in one of my worst nightmares. I have recurring dreams about this, where I have no time to get things sorted. And literally the time runs out.
Yeah, I always have that dream about going on holiday and only having like 5 minutes to pack and not having the time.
Well, that's my life now, Meg. That is my life. Doing it. Currently my life.
That has been my dream.
It's an awful feeling. That dream is a horrible feeling because it doesn't matter how close you get. There was one time where I almost made it to the airport and they detoured the traffic. So then you had to go and park somewhere else, and then I knew I'd missed the plane. There's just nothing.
Yeah.
I like that challenge. Going on a normal holiday, if you said, gee, you've not packed, we're leaving in an hour, sound. Because whatever I pack the first time round will be what I actually want to take. If you give me too much time, I repack too often.
But you've got to pack. But you've got to practice
if it was just me, that would be fine. Because I actually think I've been wearing the same things recently, especially. But it's because it's the kids as well.
Yeah.
and it's winter stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like I've got to be prepared that when we get there, there's going to be like that much snow up to, snow up to my knees could be. So everything's like big and layers. And so I've got 3 suitcases of 23 kilograms.
Wow.
Nice.
You've got...
And I am probably going to...
Well, you've got a lot... You have to... With kids, you need a lot of just-in-cases. I mean, for us as adults, all the just-in-cases are a couple of pairs of knickers and maybe an outfit and a pair of shoes if you're doing something sexy. But you don't actually really need many just-in-cases. The kids, Jesus, wet. There's so many.
Oh, yeah. Bella can go through 3 outfits by the time it's 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Done. She'll just get a juice and just decide to go like that. And that's that. That's that outfit done. So... yeah, it's very exciting. I'll feel excited when I do the last plane journey to Milan. I think once I'm on that plane, because obviously I've got to fly to Amsterdam, do a connection there, then get on the flight to Milan. And once I'm on that plane, and I know Rob's at the end, and I can get to him, I've got to keep Oscar awake because Oscar's got to push the pram so that I can get the suitcases and do another test in Italy. So yeah, but I can do it. It's fine. But anyone thinking about travelling at the minute, if they aren't in a situation like me or they don't have to, I don't know why they would.
Well, unless you're an influencer and it's very important that you're currently in Dubai.
Dubai because you're working. I think it's them that push me to make the decision to go. Because if I see one more fucking bird at a pool party in Dubai, living her best life, dancing to Joel Curry, I'm going to scream.
There is a fine line because I have seen a few places where it's a bit like, oh, celebrate happy birthday, it's my birthday, and it's a bit like, I thought have you coincided a work do with your birthday? Well, that's a bit dodgy, isn't it? Where do they get the proof that they're working?
God knows. I've got no idea. Like I said, the team have had to do like an official document with the address, everything for Rob. And I have to print it off and mess around. What I don't understand who's doing, what companies are they working for? I want proof.
Well, it's just ads, isn't it? And pictures. And some of the pictures they're doing aren't even ads. It's just they're just taking a picture of themselves in a bikini. Anyway,
I know.
I think I'm just jealous, if I'm honest. Although I do quite like the fact that now that they've got to quarantine at home, so they'll have to work from home for a while now, won't they?
Yeah. Good luck getting some content for your socials then, like the rest of us.
She's not bitter, RM, at all. And weirdly, how long has it only been? How long have we not been together? It's been 3 weeks now. Oh, Mickey's there. Mickey's the dog, by the way. Meg's got the Mickey.
Yeah, 3 weeks. We didn't
3 weeks
back after Christmas, did we? Yeah.
No. And weirdly, we are all still aligning, aren't we? Are we all still in the same cycle?
No, G's off cycle.
But I think I'm still with G.
I'm with Meg.
I'm having a breakdown, is what I'm having.
We're talking about periods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday was a rough ass day. I PMS'd my arse off yesterday. And I'm not just saying like I was grumpy. I'm saying I started because I fell upstairs.
Yeah.
So I cried. Yeah. And then my tea didn't taste right. So I cried. Steve had left for work. So I cried all morning. Then I fell up the stairs again, so I really cried. And then I just admitted defeat and laid on the sofa like a fucking potato, watching history documentaries. I cried because I was watching about all these mummified kings in Egypt, and I was crying because they were dead. Genuine. I was crying because the mummified pharaohs were dead. So by the time Steve got to me, I had put myself in a pit. Dante's pit of depression is what I put myself into. So by the time that poor fucker came home, He tiptoed around me, escaped, did some work outside, and then was like, shall we, with his hands like he does, shall we leave the house? Shall we leave the living room? I was like, well, yeah, whatever, do what you want with me. I literally,
Pharaohs are dead.
like I was
Who
homeless.
cares? The pharaohs are dead. It doesn't matter.
So then we drove round for an hour and a half, and he was like, what is it you want to do? And I was like, let's go and look at nice houses. I just want to go and look in people's windows. So then we drove round the neighbouring villages in all these new estates, looking at these really beautiful houses. And I managed to laugh genuinely a couple of times. He even got me some McDonald's chips.
Nice.
And I got home, and I got home, and guess what I did when I got home?
Cried.
I cried.
Yeah.
And then I put him in the bath because I thought he was going to have a breakdown because he didn't know what to do with me. And so then I cooked tea. I got in the bath, and I was that fucking exhausted with my own self that I laid down and I put my arms over my eyes, and literally the bulbous part of my nose was just out of the water. Steve came in. I heard a faint sound, and I was like, I don't know what that is. And then all I heard was, George! So he came out of the water, and he was like, don't ever lay like that again. And I was like, right, yeah. And then I cried again because I'd made him think. The fog has lifted today. I still feel ever so slightly jaded, but we're having the bathroom done. All the tiles have been ripped off the wall. So because of that, I was up early, dressed, makeup on, got myself out of the house. I was in Morrison's car park for like 9:30 this morning. So the fog has lifted. I feel somewhat better.
Yeah.
But yeah, yesterday was
a dark,
rough.
Dark day.
Yeah.
Is it
I'm still not bleeding.
When are you due there? Because I find 2 days before is my worst day.
Yeah.
So,
worst day.
Yeah, I was on the last week of my pill cycle, which is a 21-day cycle. So I was on the last week of that, and my body was like, ooh, we've only got 7 days left. Let's start. So the tits start tingling there. So she's cramping. My back's kicking off. I was like, ready. Yes, chakras are aligning. Let's gush this out.
And still no blood.
Gushing. Nothing's gushing. And I took my last pill on the Friday. So now we're on Tuesday. But Flo thinks that I'm not due for another 2 days because Flo's handling all my data from the last 2 years when I've just been barebacking Mother Nature. And I'm averaging on like a 35-day cycle, which is unusual within itself. So Flo's like, no, babe, chill your beans. You've got another 2 days yet. I'm sat here in a state of limbo, and my uterus is just fucking she's chilling out. She's in Dubai, mate.
Oh.
She's in Dubai.
Oh.
I think I've got 2 days left because I hit peak today. I could have cried anything this morning. I think we've got another 2 days. Because my uterus is just almost like the lights turned on a bit. In the it's just sweeping out the cobwebs and getting itself ready.
It's like the gears are turning. Like everything's trying to. But yeah, the pill has just fucked up my poor cycle.
I think it's the hormones as well. It made you incredibly hormonal, hasn't it, as well?
Oh, massively. My skin, I'm flawless. But if I stand up, I shit you not when I say I could pass as a fucking koala bear. I am just tubby. I am actually just a box of like semi-defrosted Lurpak right now.
You're not. I bet.
Squidgy.
It's how it's making
water.
You feel. I'm exactly the same because I think I started about a month after you went onto yours. Yeah. So I'm catching up with you as well. Same again. My skin looks fantastic. I'm very happy with it at the moment. But everything else is shit.
Yeah.
Everything. There's no good reason to be on the pill.
Well, not having a baby. Not having a baby is the main reason.
But why do we have
having
to go
that extra commitment? But yeah, I'm squidgy everywhere. I'm like a sponge post car wash. everything's just got a slight spring in its step.
It is.
What's that front bit of your food? That skinny front padded. That's like a sponge.
Your mound.
I've put weight on there.
Your mound.
Don't even know what that's called, but that's put weight on.
Like your pubic area.
I call it your mound.
Where
You've
your
got
hair
chubby
would
mound.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Cushion for the pushing.
Yeah, big cushion.
Well, it feels like I'm carrying Snowden around. My Mount Pubis is growing.
Mount Pubis.
The tectonic plates have shifted and we're about to get a volcano. Just as I think I've tucked in one belly with my Spanx, it's like I need a secondary pair to get them in. I went out in leather trousers today. What a fucking mistake.
Do you feel like your eating habits have changed, or is it literally just water? Because I was like this, and you just put water literally where you put your finger in your arm, and there's just like a big hole where your finger was.
I'm not. I went early last week. I went through the boredom eating, but now I'm just not hungry. I'm not interested in food. I'll be interested when it gets to tea time because I'm physically cooking it, but I'm not interested in food. So it's not like I'm shoving packets of digestives down me. But at the same time,
I'm doing.
I'm living off like coconut lattes. Like, who the fuck do I think I am? Coconut lattes in lockdown.
Why coconut lattes? What on earth?
I don't know. They were
on
offer in Aldi and they were vegan, and I was like, "Ooh, vegan, less calories."
Aren't they more?
They're nice. They're nice.
There's a lot. Isn't there a lot of calories in coconut?
Not in coconut milk.
69 calories per sachet, I think.
Oh, that's pretty good. That.
Yeah. I also. This is going to annoy some of the dietary listeners. And then when I was also doing this food shop, there was like this big vacuum pack. It was a big fucker, like massive vacuum pack thing of bruschetta, cobbly bread.
Nice.
Yeah. And I picked it up, good price because we're in Aldi, obvs. And Steve was like, hold on, let me do the Steve hands. Do we need a big bag of bruschettas? And I was like, yeah, but listen, babe, look, they're vegan, so they're good for me.
You are a marketer's dream.
I know.
They're made with buckwheat.
They don't even
and the
count.
breath of a baby lamb. Like they're perfect. So, yeah.
Are they nice?
So you bought the thing of bruschetta?
Yeah, I've smashed off half a bag. They are really nice.
Are you just eating them like crisps?
No, I have it like a bit of an appetizer while I'm cooking because when I'm cooking, I like to eat whilst I cook. So if I'm chopping up mushrooms, I'll have a couple of mushrooms. Whatever I just eat bits whilst I'm cooking it. You got to make sure it's all in date.
Butter.
But Steve, a spoonful of butter just to help it all go down. But Steve keeps walking in as I'm putting stuff in my mouth. So we've now got to a point where it's like he walks into the kitchen. We don't even make eye contact anymore, and he's like, "Stop eating!" He doesn't even see the front of me. He just sees that this hand is around this area. So we're eating in secret. So now we're having these little bruschettas as a quick.
You're a secret eater.
But that is, if I'm cooking tea and it's something I want, I eat half of it before I've even finished. That is part of my problem as well.
You can't taste it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't taste. I taste it about 6 or 7 times, especially a cheese sauce. I mean, that goes. Yeah. That's a spooning situation right there.
You've got to spoon that in.
I make extra, and Tim's like, "Why have you made so much?" Dunno, mate. And I just tuck in with my spoon.
Just pour it over your body in your new bag.
He hates it. I love it. So I don't think that would ever work, would it? Anyway. So your bathroom's being done then, G. What are you having?
So the shower basically there was tiles partially hanging off the wall, and it was a very generalised, when we can, let's get the bathroom done. I thought that'd be like in a few months' time. And then Monday night, Steve was like, the tiler's coming at 9 o'clock tomorrow. I was like, what? Right, okay. So we're having the bathroom done. Which in turn, he's ripped the shower out because it was put up in a very unprofessional manner. So, yeah, the whole bathroom is pretty much getting done now. We're keeping the bath and the sink and the toilet just because funds can't stretch that far. But yeah, new shower. And then we were going to have, you know, like your tiles, kind of public. We were going to have
subway.
those, but in the dark green.
Yeah.
But Steve fell out of love with it. I think the bold colour choice, which is ironic given the wall behind me, but the bold colour choice in the bathroom scared him a bit. So now we're going for massively long, I think they're like 600 mil by something, really long, nice tiles. Like, medium-y dark grey, horizontal.
Nice.
Lovely.
With dark grouting.
Nice.
Do a fresh lick of paint. Yeah, so it'll freshen it up.
I suppose with tiles, if you go for the green and it comes out of fashion, you're pretty fucked, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like once you've paid to get tiles done, whereas your grey is safer.
It'll always look clean, won't it? It'll always just look tidy. So yes, that's happening for the next couple of days.
What's Meg's face all about?
Well, shall I say? Okay, so safe. Fucked.
Have you got green
I've
tiles?
got green tile. Well, they're not.
Yeah,
they're
but
like
you're
teal.
all right.
They're teal.
Tim did it, and Tim can redo them for you. If I was paying for a tiler to come in,
True. Yeah, that makes sense.
if I was paying for
It's all
a tiler
right.
to
I'm all
come
right
in,
with it. Don't worry. I've just shown Emma my. They're not as dark as G wanted. Although I would have loved those green tiles. G, I was all for that go. That style. You can get your way with the kitchen.
Do you know what? My raspberry kitchen is growing on me.
What colour? What form of raspberry is this kitchen colour?
Like, it's hard because it looks darker at the minute, but when the sun's on it, it's like right. Let's do this for the moms. On a fromage frais and the raspberry, quite literally that raspberry. Imagine that. Just tone it a little bit darker.
Blimey!
It's quite literally a raspberry.
What made him choose that?
Did he choose it?
And it was just already in. It was already in. They've glossed.
Fair
it's
enough.
got chrome handles on it. And at first you walk in and you're like, that's brave, Steve. What are you trying to convey here? But then once you're in it, because he's got like a dark slate flooring with it. So once you're in, you get used to it. I'm quite attached to it now, actually, to be fair.
Oh, it brings a bit of personality, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A bit of liveliness to the room. It's different.
And how?
Am I the only one watching on a laptop, by the way? Can anyone only see one screen? Did anyone not just witness Andrew for like the past 10 minutes?
No,
I can only see one person at a time.
I can only see one person. Why? What's Andrew
I can't
doing?
believe- Small
I was the
thumbnails at
only
the bottom.
one to. I saw you doing some stuff.
Did you see Andrew go to the toilet? Oh no, was Andrew doing exercises?
I was like, what is he doing?
Aren't you a taekwondo master? Route master?
Is that what you were doing?
Were you actually practicing moves whilst we were recording?
Yeah.
So you were taking your productions very seriously and practicing Karate Kid moves.
He wasn't even sat
Street
down
Fighter.
doing it. He was stood up. He'd moved away from the desk.
Oh, have you recorded yourself doing this, Andrew? Oh. Right, Meg, reenact. I'm going to put you on stick and I want to see what you do. Go on, what was Andrew doing then?
Reenact it.
Well, he looks just like Oscar does. It's like his kid playing boxing and...
Yeah, I thought that's what he was doing at first. I was like, I hope the child is there.
Inside of him.
And it's not just him doing that, but it was.
It was Andrew. Occupying
Andrew.
Occupying his time. Well, obviously that exciting for him is Cheers, Andrew. Anyway, now that Meggie interrupted G, how are you then, babe? How are you, Meggie?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Just at my bubble. Are
you at Live, Laugh, Love?
Live, love.
Yay!
So yeah,
I can't wait for your birthday. I honestly can't.
I've kind of moved back into my old room, which is nice. They're downstairs. They're in the other room now. They've moved out of their bedroom to let me have my own space. So
did you do it to get back with the sticker?
Yeah, I just missed it so much.
So you could wake up to it.
Best friends for life, husband and wife. Just to remind me that I'm single. You know, life's great. But yeah, and I've kind of adopted both dogs. That was kind of the deal. I could have the upstairs and the big bed and everything, but I had to sleep with both dogs. Now, I've slept with Mickey before, and he's amazing. Miley, I just assumed it'd be the same. She's not. She's old. She snores so loud, and she likes to be right near your face. She doesn't sleep at the bottom.
Oh no, fuck that. She's gone.
On the pillow. And then this morning, I had a phone call off George, and I was about to get up, and then I stayed back in bed again, and she sensed that I was going to get up, and then I didn't. So then she was pissed off. So then whilst I'm in bed, she just crawled round the back of me and just rested her head there. And then she's crying, so then all I can hear on the phone is...
Is this George or Miley?
But that's all I was in
mix of both.
So yeah, very stressful, but it's a small price to pay. But yeah, she's needy.
Like practice for kids. That sounds like Bella. That sounds like Bella. She sits on my pillow in the morning at 5 o'clock. She does that right up on the headspace.
I mean, I can't complain too much because it was like 9:30. But still, it just wasn't what I wanted to hear first thing on the morning.
What, George phoning you?
Time first. I can handle George, but Miley.
George phoning you in Morrison's car park. Leather was a bad choice.
The small struggles in life.
I woke up this morning, Betsy she was obviously looking for a dude, shoved 2 fingers and it went right inside the corner of my eye.
Oh.
I was fuming and I grabbed her fingers, and I've never wanted to grab her fingers and never let go before in my life. And I held them a little bit too tight and a little bit too long. But I had to just stop myself. Remember who she was. Remember what my role was. Oh, but there was that moment. You know when something hurts you and you get angry.
Yeah. Bella bit my nipple the other day. I had a bralette on, obviously, you know, the Primark specials. And was I feel like my sister was here as well. I feel like she was. We were just sat talking because she's really bad at the minute. She just climbs on me constant. She's like constantly on me. And she just bit it, and she got it.
But to be fair, it's quite easy target because they are there.
Oh, I threw her off.
They're on. Yeah,
they're always there.
I had a hoodie on. I
think you can just sense them.
I still think.
Yeah.
She wasn't breastfed. She had no reason to be in that area.
You could stand in a room and you could blindfold me. And you could move anywhere in the room, and I'd have to just do this, and I'd get it. I'd get you right on the nipple still.
Pin the nipple on the tip.
There. Yeah.
They do have a way.
Presence.
If they're ever out, you are forced to stare at them. There's like a magnet. You can't help but zoom.
This is the annoying. It's annoying though because I spent a lot. It's not. I shouldn't say this, but it is annoying because I spent a lot of money for my nipples to be where they need to be. But Mine are so dramatic that I ain't ever wearing no
Drama
bra. I ain't like, I can't do it. Rob's like, what is wrong with you? Like, it's great.
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston,
Yeah.
Friends, like, just embrace it. But when there's like children near you, and they're so there.
Yours are as well.
So,
they're not like because they are very intense, dramatic ones. It's a bit like they want to have a fight with you. They're staring you down, and I think it's also your height. So so where they are at, you can't help but if they're out, you're a bit like, oh my god.
I know.
Well,
Emma's and then I always like if don't wear a bra.
Do they come to the top of your head?
They literally brush.
Yeah.
They will do.
On me, they do, yeah.
They brush G's fringe for her.
I love that.
When I've got an itch, but my hands are full, so I just know.
Oh, dramatic nipples. Were they like that before you had your op?
Probably no, maybe not as much. They've always been very happy. And then when I had the second op and I had the nipples lifted and everything, and you go through like they have to warn you that obviously your nerves can die and you can lose sensation and all this. So I was worried about that. And then obviously Mr. Lammy goes in and he's like, nah, fuck that. Let's make it super nervy in there. And then afterwards it was like Sensation City.
So are they ever relaxed, or are they always on high alert?
They're pretty relaxed right now. They're pretty chill. One of them's a bit alert, but the other one's all right.
One of them's keeping a lookout.
One of them's, just in case. Letting
the other one rest for a little bit.
Making up for when you look really angry and then you're for nipples. So it's they go against what your face sometimes looks like. So you're angry, yet your nipples look really happy. So it balances you out.
Yeah. That's why I've got to wear the strapless bras to keep them covered. Just keep them covered. It's just too much. I hope they calm down. Maybe as I get older, they might calm down a bit, lose the feistiness. What is on your fingers, Em? I'm really distracted.
Paint.
I thought you'd done like a henna tattoo or something. Homeschooling at another level.
The kids' bedroom. Just adding that. Adding that to the mix.
Whilst you're
wow. I thought you meant like homeschool
painting.
painting. That's what you were painting.
Oh no, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't do
like
that.
Potato.
I fancy doing painting because we've not painted since we first moved in. I thought, we'll do this. It needs doing. Tim was like, I'll help doing the homeschooling. We'll share it. It's not working. But the room's painted. Albert's almost homeschooled,
well
but it's fine. No, he did. It's gone okay. We're all right. It was recycling today, so we were recycling materials. So they've made a paper mache bowl. That's all right.
Well done. Oscar played on Fortnite before I made him run up the road.
I was kind of hoping that there was, I was kind of hoping he was going to do PE and take the kid out for a bike ride so I could sit in the sitting room, but alas. The kid's happy. Timmy was entertained. And I'm in a bath, so all's good. We're okay.
Everyone's alive.
Live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love.
You're doing well with the homeschooling though, Em. I don't know how you're keeping up with any of the actual activities that you're getting given. Last week it was Gigi's curriculum.
The emails. The emails are constant.
Do you guys are your kids on? Is it Dojo or
constant? We're on Loom. We do Loom
Bloody
Link.
ridiculous. Dojo, it almost feels like a bit of a Facebook interface, and it's like there's a morning call. Ain't neither of us going on that. We're too busy having breakfast. Then it's this morning we're going to do. We'll pick one because there's 4 sections there. Pick a section because I ain't achieving all 4. And then it's lunch, and then it's here's what we're going to do this afternoon. Another 4 sections. I didn't even go to real uni, right? So I don't know how you expect me to teach him how all of this stuff. It came through the other day about RE. My nan taught me that Jesus was gay.
On that.
Right? So if you really want me to teach a 6-year-old about religious studies, we need to have a serious face-to-face conversation. Spellings, basic maths, PE. It's what we're doing on the regs, feeding him.
I think that's the main. It's as long as Oscar does his maths and his English, the rest of it can be taught like throughout the day. Like take them for a walk to look at habits.
Yeah, good idea.
B&M have got these really nice.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm going to drag him to B&M
that's a good
on
one.
Thursday, and we're going to get a handwriting book so we can do that.
Really good idea. Really good idea.
Yeah.
We're doing astronauts at the minute at our school, so we're reading about Helen Sharman, who was from Sheffield, and Albert keeps forgetting that. Anyway, and one of the questions was, why do you think only 59 women have been to space? I was like, okay, we were asking a 7-year-old this. Is pretty deep and meaningful.
What?
And do you know what Albert's answer was? Because they're at home.
Cooking.
Because they're at home. I went, what are they doing at home? Don't know, they're at home. I was like, okay.
Do you remember when we went to your house, when we all got together and we went to your house, and I was like, right, we're going to Emily's house, and Emily is Mummy's boss, and Oscar looked at me and went, I didn't know you had a boss. I thought Daddy was your boss.
It's just... It's the innocence, isn't it? Because actually they're not trying to... They have no degradation of sexes at all, do they? They just see that Mummy's at home, Mummy sorts stuff, Daddy goes to work. So it's...
Yeah. And don't you feel like you don't really want to delve into that?
Not yet.
Just let them... Like, you don't want to start explaining sexism and all that crap. Like, just let them be.
If he thinks women are at home... Well, to be honest, most of them probably were. That's why many of them didn't go in. So I thought it was actually correct. So I said, well done, love. Write it down. Put a full stop at the end and a capital letter, and we're good to go. And it's a nice short sentence, and we can crack it on and done. Send it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love a good short sentence. Oscar's very good at them.
We video and we record voices quite a lot as well, so that cracks through quite a few answers. But yeah.
I like that.
Different mediums.
And the print-offs. Oh my God, the printing. I can't deal with it. The amount of trees that I'm not even into stuff like that, but really it is another level.
Yeah.
It is another level. The printing is just insane. In fact, it's that bad. I ran out of ink and then I called the school and told them to print off his home learning for this week.
I do feel bad though. Well, my thing is, if as long as he's quite happy to do it at the minute, so I'm gonna just let him do it. Create the time so he can do it. He's quite happy to do it. And one of the teacher, obviously he'd done pretty much all of it, and the teacher sent me a voice message saying thank you so much, and the kindness in a voice, and I thought, this girl is struggling. So I thought a lot to do.
Got
so
a lot
I sort of
to
thought
do,
actually,
haven't
but if I can just make an attempt, I have an opportunity to. Not everybody does. I'm lucky that I have an opportunity to. I'll give it a go. I'll try and make her life a little bit brighter by giving her some nice answers. So we try and do it so we're not arsy about it, and we put smiley faces and good morning, and we'll see. Well, we got a team meeting now. I've got a team meeting with the school. Will that be nice? Where I'm...
What you have?
Who's your favourite team, Mem? Go on, tell us. Who's your favourite team?
So it's the whole year. Head teacher comes on. And they all don't know how to work it. So some of them don't even have the voice thing off, and they're like, sit still, be quiet, shut up in the background. I'm like, okay, I'm all right here. It's funny when they realise that the microphone, and they're almost like, shit, mute it. And then they suddenly realise they're on screen, like, play nice, Nathaniel, smile now. And in the background, he's probably got whipped. Good, I like it. It's almost like a view into people's windows when they don't know that they're being watched.
Yeah.
Let's see what it's like in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, I think there'll be less people joining those meetings, that's for sure.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the novelty wears off pretty soon, doesn't it?
Well, I'm going to have to go because my husband hasn't read the fact that in 1 minute his son's got to join that meeting. So...
one job.
Yeah. Tim? No, nothing. He might be doing his paper mache bowl. Might be too busy.
He might be making a secondary one. They might be making a bubble wall.
Oh, maybe. Albert needs to start Teams.
Well, I'm cleaning. Again, I'm cleaning your.
Listen, he's cleaning. Don't make the face. He's cleaning.
This is an insight. This is an insight into other people's
Babe, I'm
worlds.
recording a podcast.
I don't care.
No, I'll sort it. It's fine. I'll sort it. That was him in a mood.
Oh, I've just defended
Emily
that
got
man.
done. She got proper
He's proper kicked off. Yeah.
Told you off then. Proper told you off.
He
like
did.
a child then. Right, go and have a fight, Em. You need to throw some paper.
I'm
mache
2
in
days
his
till
face.
blood, mate, because I am fuming right now.
Go get the soggy paper mache and boom.
Oh, right. Well, I'll tell you whether or not I have a husband alive next week.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll be in Italy, so I'll.
International call.
International.
Rob can make an appearance again.
Yeah.
And Valley, if you want.
Lovely.
Let's get another hockey player in the background.
I'll have Val.
Just round his face.
It's a ski resort.
Are you signing off? Because I'm going to have to go. I'm so
just
sorry.
round the goggles.
Or do you want? Or are we all saying goodbye?
Yeah, it's perfect.
No, we don't.
Stay safe, everybody. See you next week. Bye.